Hey y'all. Alright, how are y'all? Are you excited? I'm excited. Okay, I'm gonna make sure everything is working. So give me a second here. Okay, that one's working. All right. What are you saying? Oh boy, that's the truth. Okay, good. It looks like everything's working. Yay. All right. There we go. Okay. We'll give y'all a minute to come in. Sugar Bear's here. Alrighty. Hi. How are you? Alright, so I was going to tell y'all. I don't know if Casey posted the schedule or not. So I'm going to tell you what the schedule is. Okay, today, 5 to 6, we're going to do 3 bows. And then we're going to go live again from 8 to 9:30. I know. And then tomorrow, it's 11 to 12:30, 2 to 4, and 7 to 9. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I believe we have 13 videos recorded. So, whoop. So that's how we're gonna do. All right. Hi. Oh, you did. Okay, good. All right. So I can't wait to show y'all this view. Okay, you ready? So I'm gonna zoom down so we can get started. Look at this. Here's your view. What do you think? I think I need to point these this way. See that a little better? What are you doing back there, Bella? I don't know what that girl is doing. Me too. It was fun. I'm very full. Okay. So the first one we're going to do is the spider bow. We all like this one, right? It is a good view, right? And we're going to zoom in a little bit too. I'm trying to figure out what the best way to get the lights over here, right? Like right there, maybe. There. Okay, I think that's better. All right, so these are the ribbons we're going to use for the spider bow. Look at this one. It has, look at this. Are you watching cats back there?
I wasn't sure what it was.
That's okay. That's funny. It has little doggies on it. Then look at this one. Oh, this one's so pretty. Hi. I had a great holiday. Did you? Okay. This one is super special. It's glittery and it's double-sided. Can you see the other side? It's red and black. Then we have a black ribbon and a red and white striped. Okay, so we're going to do the spider bow first. Okay, and I will continually update the, you have that doggy ribbon? I'll continually update the calculator as we go through the bows. I don't know if she's posted that yet. Okay. So we're going to start off with a dovetail. All right, we're going to do a small tail. So about about 6 inches. I'm going to put it down right in the bow maker sideways. See, I can see where the 6 inches is. And then I'm going to hold one side and I'm going to twist the other. So you can see we have that other side up. Okay, and we're going to go to the 6-inch mark and twist. Whenever you're working with this kind of ribbon where it is double-sided, the ribbon is going to be a lot thicker. Let's see if I can get this closer. I don't know. Maybe. I'll try to see if I can get this off. I want this light to be closer because it's just like there's a dark spot. But I can't get it up. It's okay. We'll fix it before we come back.
Not that I'm any taller in order to
I know
offer you
you're not
any
taller than me.
assistance.
Okay, so there's that one.
Sorry, I'm not one of the tall friends.
I don't have many tall friends. So 6 inch, 6 inch, and then on this last one, you're gonna put your 6 inch and you're gonna trim it at 6 inch, just like that. You have one tail coming on one side and one tail coming on the other side. Hey, it is really pretty, isn't it? There we go. Just like that. Can you see how sparkly that is? It's really pretty. Okay. Let's do the black next. So what I like to do when I'm doing the spider bow is I like to start the other side with the tail going the opposite direction of the one I just did. So we started our tails coming in this direction. So we're going to start our tails coming in this direction. Just like this. Okay, still with the small tail. And we're still going to do 6 inches. So we go to 6 inches, twist in the middle, 6 inches again, twist in the middle, 6 again. On that last one, you don't twist, you just bring it out. Yes, there's going to be bow recipes that you can print. Yes, there is. We have a fly in here, y'all. Okay. These, I generally like to just cut at a point. Like that. Okay, so then we have 2 loops on this side with 1 loop on this side, 2 loops on this side with 1 loop and 2 tails. So you see how you're kind of alternating back and forth. Oh yeah. You're gonna have something that you print out that tells you how many layers is in each bow, how many loops, what size the loops are, and something that you can use to calculate how much it costs to make that bow. Yep, we're going to go over that on the last day. Okay. Alright, so now this one, I'm going to start off here. Sorry, here. So the opposite of the last one. I'm going to do 6 inch again. Six, 6. So this is a 3 loop bow. Now the spider bow can be any number. The big thing with the spider bow is to have the tails on each side. Small tails, because that's the spider legs. There we go. Just like that. And then we'll end off with this red one. So we're going to come back over on this side. Oh yeah, it's going to be good. Okay, I'm going to place this down. See, we have our small tail again. Place it down, twist. You see, when you're twisting, you're always twisting one side. And you're always bringing that ugly side of the ribbon up, or the back side. And then you come across to bring that printed or pretty side back up. Same thing. On the last one, you don't need to twist it because the pretty side is already up and you're just pulling out to do a tail. Just like that. I'm going to get our zip tie. We're going to get started, pull it out. I think, let's see. We're doing 2 bow maker bows and 1 hand bow now. So between 5 and 6. Okay. So you can see where the indentation is. You see that? You can see it on both sides. So you want to hold on one side and move that zip tie until it is right in the middle of that indentation on both sides. And then run it around the back. Make sure your ribbons haven't moved. One thing you can do is pull these 2 in the middle up, and if they're still matching, then your ribbons didn't move. Make sure your tails are going on either side. See how we like to have them on either side? Then you can flip it over backwards. Grab your pipe cleaner, place it right underneath, and pull it really tight. All right, now, you know how I'm always talking about breaking the bow? Can you see that? Where it's all wrinkled up right in here? And that's because of the bow, the zip tie, because we tie it off really tight with the zip tie. So when you take your loops and you twist them back and forth like this, then what it does is it allows you to straighten those pieces out. It also allows you to move your ribbon. So if it's not in the right place, if you break it, then you can move it and straighten it. You see how much easier it is to straighten it? Just like that. You want to do one side then the other. I'm just showing you all of these at the bottom because it's easy to kind of see them. Okay. So I just do one side. See how I'm just moving it back and forth? There we go. I'm going to pull our tails out. You see why this is a spider? It has these little legs on it. Okay, so let's do the other side. I think maybe these should go on opposite sides. Yeah, there we go. All right, so we get our tails. Oh, how pretty is that? So we've got our little tails, and that makes the bow look round. So you see how round it looks because of those tails? Here, let's lift up and I'll show you. Okay. So you can see how round it is because we have those little tails on it. You see? So there's the sides and the back. Look how cute that little ribbon is. I love that little ribbon. It's so cute. It does. So there are 4 ribbons, right? So 4 ribbons. It has 8 legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where's that 8th one? Oh, right there, 8. I put them in the middle. See how they go in the middle? And then your loops kind of go on either side. The one on the top, I tend to just hold it straight up. It does have 8 legs though. That's funny. Okay, so that's probably the bow that we do. I would say probably the most common bow. So if you are, let's say that you are making a wreath with one of my ribbon sets, right? This bow works great because it doesn't use as much ribbon. I think this one uses like 5 yards of ribbon in total. So comparatively speaking, holy cow, look at this. Look at that red. Comparatively speaking, this uses a lot less ribbon, but it doesn't look like a small bow. Okay. Okay. The next one we're going to do is actually really cool. I don't think I've ever done this one with y'all. I haven't done a lot of these with y'all, so they're probably going to be new. All right. So let's get back down. I'll put some of this away. This one, we are going to be using, holy cow, look at this. I mean, there's so much glitter on this. It's like glitter station over here. I don't know what I did with, oh, there's my drink. Okay. I mean, it really is. Look at that, y'all. Okay. This bow, yes, you can use it on a small or a large wreath, absolutely. And one great thing is, if you want to do multiple bows on a wreath, this is a really good one to do like 2 or 3 bows because it's not so overwhelming that it works really well on a wreath. All right. Okay, so let's start on the next one. This one is super fun. This one uses all 1.5 inch ribbon. This is a 3 ribbon stacked bow. So we're going to drop them in the floor because it's just going to make it easier. I want to put this one on top. Honestly, it doesn't really matter because we're going to spread them out. We are going to put 3 ribbons in, and we're going to pretend like it's 1 ribbon, okay? Okay. Now, I know I've shown y'all doing 2 ribbons together, and we are doing another one of those, but I don't think I've done 3 together. Now, you can do as many together as you want, as your hands can stand. So let's do like a 18-inch tail. Okay, we're just going to put it in our bow maker, and we're going to twist just like normal, so you can see the pink ribbon is up. Okay, then we can go to 6 inches. Remember, you're doing this just like it's one ribbon. So when you get out to the 6 inches, you want to kind of pull them and make sure they're staying together. So it's really good to put your finger or your thumb inside where your ribbon is going to be and then twist it. This just helps keep them together so that your loops will be the same. Okay, there we go. I'm going to do another 6 inch. Okay, there we go. So when I tell you stacked bows, what that means to me is that you have ribbons coming in at different layers, stacked on top of each other, coming in at different layers. So this is a stacked layered bow. They're stacked together, and we're going to layer them, progressively getting smaller. So we have 6 inch. We're going to do about 5.5. So this one I'm just kind of eyeballing, but I'll show you what you can do. And just a little bit more. You can bring this one up and this one up right at the base and see if they match. So this one looks a little bit bigger. There we go. Okay. There we go. Let's do 2 at this. The trick to this is to make sure you have plenty of ribbon to work with. So pull your ribbon out. It's all about ribbon and patience. Okay, there we go. I'm going to do another one just like this. So remember, we're actually putting 3 loops at one time every time we do this. Right? So 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So that's a lot of loops. So it's really easy. It doesn't look like there's a lot when you're doing this, but you want to keep that in mind so you don't do so many layers that you're going to have trouble pulling it out. So now we're going to go about another 1/2 inch smaller, about right there, right there. We're going to do 2 of this one. This does make a very large bow. And I'm pulling them on the floor so I have plenty of ribbon. Okay. We're going to go in again, and that'll be it. This will be our last loops. Okay, so we're going to go in quite a bit, about 1 inch. There we go. But you can see the biggest trick to this is just have patience. Let's make sure these match. Yep. Okay. Then we'll pull out, cut our tail just like we did the other one. All right. Then we'll get our zip tie out. So you can see that's quite a stack. You see how much is in there? So we just run our zip tie under the bottom. I'm going to show y'all a surprise. Okay. Pull it out. Alright, so you can see where the indentation is, right? Right there. So just shimmy it over. Keep them stacked together. We are going to pull them out, but you can keep them stacked like this until you get ready, just to make sure that you're going to keep it in the indentation that you want to. I got to move all this so I can stand. Okay. Let's see, there's pink. This ribbon here is super pretty for winter, especially like moving into, like starting to move into Valentine's. Okay, so just slide that under, and then we're going to pull it really tight, as tight as you can get it. All right, now you can see where our tails are. The trick to this is to pull. I like to do one side and then move to the other. So what you're going to do is you're going to pull your hand inside and pull this out. Pull this out. Just like that. And we're going to do each layer. So that was our first layer. And I like to alternate my ribbons so that they're not all kind of stacked on each other. There. Okay, let's do the next layer. So pull it down. There. But you can see how it gets progressively larger as you're pulling your loops out. Let's do this way. There we go. So we have one whole side pulled out. Look how pretty that is even before we fluff it. Isn't that pretty? Okay, then we'll go to the other side, and I'll start pulling these out. It's easier to pull it, get them all out, and then fluff it. Just something I've learned over time. Okay. One of the reasons I like to leave them stacked is because then it makes it a little bit easier for me to make sure I'm on the right level. Okay. All right, and then the last little bit. There we go. All right, now we can fluff this whole thing out. But look how pretty it is before we even fluff it out. You see how nice and big this is? Okay. So now all you have to do is just go start on one side and start fluffing it. So I'm going to twist each piece. If I have two next to each other, I'll just flip them. Okay. Now, if you have trouble with fluffing, you can always use a fluff box. If you've never seen a fluff box, this is a fluff box. So all a fluff box is a heavy box with an eye hook, like a little cup hook. Can you see that? Little cup hook. And then on the other side, there's a nail. And you can take your bow, put it down, what's she doing? Bugging you to pet her?
No. Just put that box down and she jumped up.
Oh, and then you twist
Loud noise.
twist it onto the, yeah. And then it makes it easy to kind of pull and fluff. Makes it a little bit easier if you have trouble. These are pretty easy to make. They're just, you just need something that's heavy. And then you just put those on it. It's easy to twist and pull. As you can see. See, surprise, I found my fluff box. I had to repair it a little bit, but that's okay. Did you see how easy it is? To fluff these out. I think it also makes it a little easier for you to see how it's gonna look. You see how pretty that is? Look at that. And we can pull our tails like this. Okay. Isn't this a pretty bow? Do not drop off your foot. I'm not gonna drop. Mine, I have a handle on mine. It's a good idea to have. It's just MDF that has been nailed together. Okay, so we're gonna do some rolls. You just use your thumbs. Just kind of roll right in the middle. Pull it out. What is he doing out there?
I have no idea. Sounds like a tape measure.
I hear that.
What he's measuring, I do not know.
Okay.
He's keeping himself occupied.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
As he was talking about earlier, he's like, she's always busy. But if she's not busy, it's just her nature. If she's not busy, she gets bored. I'm like, oh, she gets from her pop song. He's like, I don't know. Oh, yeah, I do.
Yes, I do. That's so funny. There we go.
Like, oh,
All right.
I know where she get it from.
And then you just kind of unhook it and take it off. Now.
He's so pretty.
I know. Look how pretty that is. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Look how pretty that is. That is a nice bow. What we think?
I think so.
I think so. It's a really big bow. But it doesn't take as long to make as it does to make some of the other large bows, because you're doing all three at once and then you just pull it out. Okay, so we can trim off our zip tie. There we go. Ta-da! I like that. All right. Put it over here. We'll take pictures in a little bit. So the videos should have, when they get on to Kajabi for you to watch later, they should have the pictures with the matching bow. Okay. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and get my stuff out. There we go. Alright, so this bow is actually, it's a hand bow, and it's one of my favorite bows. This bow I actually made on the video that I have that has the 9 different bow methods. Okay, so I'm gonna dovetail. This bow is the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bow because I don't really have a name for it. Yeah. Alright, so what you do is you can measure out between 12 and 16 inches. I think we'll do 12. You're just going to pinch where your 12 inch is. Of course, we're going to drop it on the floor. And then you're going to make a 3-inch little loop. So you can see here, 3 inches. Now, the trick to this is to twist the entire thing. You want it to wholly be twisted because what you want is to be able to put your thumb inside there and all of the ribbon is twisted so it is not going to come loose. So you see how all the ribbon's twisted inside here? There we go. It should have the ugly side of the ribbon up. We're going to basically ignore this tail for right now. And as the name of the bow implies, you're going to do progressively larger loops, okay? So we'll go from 6 to 0. This is our first loop. We're going to put it right under our thumb and twist, okay? And then it should go right here. So we have the ugly side up. We go from 6 to 0. That's another 3. Put it right under my thumb. At this point, the best thing to do is to put it in between your thumb and your finger because it's going to be easier to hold it and it's not going to hurt. Always get to the center and twist. Okay, then we're going to go from the 8 to the 0. That is a 4-inch loop. So you see how each time we get here, the pretty side's up. So we twist it. And the reason we twist it is because it makes it easier to keep this bow stacked on top of each other. So 8 to 0. You can see how I'm pulling it across. I put it in my hand and then twist. Okay, and then we're going to go from 10 to 0. Put it in my hand and twist. Each time I'm twisting right where it meets my hand. Let's see, we did 8. Is that 10? I think it is, but let's check because it doesn't look like 10 to me. That's the 8. Ten. Yep, that's correct. Okay. Looked funny. It's not. So you can see it gets progressively larger as you go. Twist. 10 to 0. Pull it across. Pinch it in your hand. Twist. So this is 3, 4, 5. See, 3 inches. This is really like 2 inches, 3, 4, 5, and then we do a 6-inch. 6 is from 12 to 0. Each time you are stacking it underneath, and that twist, okay, 1220. This one, I do not need to twist because we're done. So we trim off the tail. Now you can do wire, zip ties, you can do pipe cleaners on this one, like this. And then I slide it under my finger like that and get this zip tie started. So you can see how it's all stacked together, just like this. There we go. I'll flip it over. We're going to put our zip tie right underneath the bottom and tie it off really well. So with this one, there's several ways you can do this. But what I like to do is I like to separate my loops. Okay. So I'll take one loop up, one loop down. Okay, one up, one down. Up, down. Up, down. This one is super easy to fluff because there's just not a whole lot. You can leave it stacked, but I like to keep them separated. And then this, of course, is your little middle loop. Ta-da! See, isn't that cute? And it's super easy. And it doesn't use a ton of ribbon. Whoops, I must have cut my pipe cleaner. We'll just fix that. Okay, so let's pull y'all up so you can see it. I really like to do this with patterned ribbon because I think it looks best with patterned ribbon. But I generally like to do patterned ribbon. That's okay if you don't want to have to do the double twist. You can. But see, look how pretty that is. So we did this one, this one, and this one. Okay, let's see. Did I have? Oh, I don't think I have any of them in here. The ones that are recorded includes this one. This is one of my favorites. Isn't that pretty? So we're going to have a combination of really complicated bows and really easy bows. Okay. With all this stuff at the bottom. Alright, so we actually have 15 minutes left. Maybe we should just go ahead and do another one. Let's see, what do I have for tonight? Oh, let's do that one. Okay, we're going to do the 2-loop bow with glue. Hopefully I can get my glue going real quick. Alright, so this bow is actually specifically for people who just really have a hard time with bows and don't want to have to twist or deal with a bow maker. It's super easy. Okay. You don't need a bow maker for this one. Cute.
Cute, cute.
Mm-hmm.
Easy,
Right.
simple.
Exactly.
Ow.
What are you doing?
Your wall attacked me?
My wall attacked you?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Not because I'm clumsy. Ran into it at all.
Okay, so we want to cut a 24-inch piece. Let's cut another 24-inch piece. Now look at this ribbon. This ribbon is double-sided. So what's great is you can use it on both sides, and it's like, you know, you get 2 for 1. Alright, so then we will do 18-inch. That's going to be our tail. Alright, and then we will do 22-inch. What you looking? Oh, you want to see the...
I was just looking at the schedule. I'm being nosy.
You're looking at the schedule. What did I cut this at? 18. Okay. 18-inch tail. Okay, so these are our tails. Let's go ahead and dovetail those.
Is this the staple too?
Mm-hmm. It is. With glue.
Nice.
Alright.
I like blue and silver though.
I like blue and silver too. And blue and gold.
I like all of it
24.
really. You know, kind of.
I know.
We'll just grab another Coke. Do you want a Dr. Pepper?
I'm good. Alright, so the trick to this one, so we have our tails here. And what I'm going to do is just get the center here. I'm going to kind of pinch it up.
These are so you make your own ties.
Now I'm going to stick it in the deco mesh holder. Just like that. There it goes. So we want our longest piece first. And what you're going to do is you're going to find the center. Okay. And then we're going to overlap each side on that center. And we're going to glue them together. Just like that. So this is like a 5.5-inch piece. So we're going to pinch it in the middle, just like that. No one's ever going to know that we just glued it in the middle. And we're going to put it right down, just like that. Now I'm going to take this one and flip it over, and we're going to do the same thing. Find the center. Get a little glue on it. What this does is, if for some reason your center gets off, it's still going to be fine because they were glued together. Okay. This is just like a little foolproof method to make sure that your bow comes out fine. Okay. So then we stack this one on top. So you can see it's a little bit smaller. Alright, then we want to take this one. Let's find the center. Put that over about 1 inch. Get some glue on it. Right there. Did you find the glitter? And then we're just gonna pinch it up. You see how much easier it is to pinch up this ribbon because it's just a single ribbon. This is a double ribbon. And then Place it right down in the center. Hold on. There we go. Not one person is going to be able to tell that you did this with glue. It's not, you're not going to be able to tell. All right, take this one. Same thing. Find the center again. Overlap it at an inch. Get your glue. Now I'm not gluing this piece down to the center. I'm only gluing this piece to the other piece. Like this. Okay, just like that. And then I just pinch it basically where I glued it. And in it goes, right down. Now, it's going to look like a regular bow. You're not going to be able to tell. Oh, I'm glad to do it. So I'm just going to take my, you what?
So I went to go get a soda and I got
Oh.
distracted by glitter.
Aha! She went to get soda and she got distracted by glitter. Okay, so I got my zip tie on. I'm just going to pull it out. See, we can see our indentation just like normal. So that's why I put it in here. Because then we still have our little indentation, which you could just stack these on top of each other with the zip tie at the bottom. Okay. Put our little pipe cleaner under there. Tighten it really good. Now you can see the zip tie on this. So what we do is we take a little piece. Cut a little piece. Get that off of there. We just need a little sliver of this ribbon. Okay, like this. Then we fold it over and just tie it around, and then it makes it look all nice and clean. Susan Hatch says the struggle is real, Cher Bear.
It always is. See, Susan feels me. She gets me.
She has trouble when she gets in here. Yeah. It's very distracting in here if you're a crafter.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay. So we've got the bow.
Especially when you're going through withdrawals.
Wait, what?
Well, because all of my stuff is in the storage unit now.
Oh, yeah, it's still in the storage unit.
I can't get to any of it because it's not
So I'm pulling the
organized at all.
tails out right here. And then I'm just going to kind of pull these apart. Not really much fluffing needed in this. All you do is kind of pull them apart. And this is our simple 2-ribbon bow. Glue required. What about Carolina pottery?
I need to go.
Oh. I went not long ago. There we go. Look how cute that is. Now, you tell me, does that look like something that we glued together? It does not, does it? It looks perfect. And you could do this with any bow. Along those lines, we still have a couple minutes, so let's do this. Let's grab a few ribbons. Let's do this. Ooh, look at that. Okay. So let's do a 22-inch piece here. So this will be our tail. Okay. Well, let's fold it in half. do a dovetail. There's our tail. All right, now let's do 28 inch. Now I'm gonna tell you why we did that. So 28 inch will essentially make a 7-inch bow. A little bit smaller because I have to overlap it. But what I'm gonna do is pinch it right here in the middle. Look how pretty that is. I'm gonna grab a pipe cleaner or a couple. Is that red? Yes. So this is a different way to do. You just take a little piece of a pipe cleaner, twist it on. You only need a little, and then trim off the excess. And I mean just a little tiny bit. Okay, I'll find the center of this, pinch it, place this on top of here. We can still use this if we want, or we can even put both together with a little bit of a zip tie. Let's do that. So this zip tie, or this pipe cleaner, is going to help you when you get to the end, okay? All it has to do is hold this together while you get your pieces together, okay? Look how pretty that is. All right, let's see. Let's get some gold out. Ooh, that's pretty. Where's our gold? Right there. Ooh, look at that. That's some sparkly gold. Okay, so what did we do? We did 28 inch. Let's see, is that right for the tail? Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So we're just, this is our tail, so 28 inch piece. Dovetail it. I'm just going to pinch it in the middle for right now. So that was a 7-inch piece. I want to do, so that was 28 inches. So the way you figured out, one loop, one 7-inch loop is a 14-inch piece, okay? So 2 7-inch loops is a 28-inch piece. But now you have to remember that you're going to be overlapping a little bit. So if you want it to be perfectly 7 inches, you would go another 2 inches. If we wanted to do just a little bit smaller, we'll go to the 26, okay? And we're going to find the center. We're going to overlap it there and there. We can just pinch it together. Take this, pinch this together, just like that. Okay. Then we take our pipe cleaner. Remember, we just want a tiny little piece. Some are and some are not in my shop. Okay. So we have another loop with a tail. We're just going to set it with this one. We're going to set it aside. Let's see. Do we have like a... Oh, yes. Let's use this one. All right. So again, 28 inch. Now we're going to come in with a red glitter. So that's our tail. We can pinch in the middle. Okay, set that aside. So last time we did 28, then we did 26. Let's do 24. See see how we're progressively going down to 24. Okay. Find the center, overlap where that center is, pinch in the middle. Okay. That's where our center of our red was. Let's put them together. Take our pipe cleaner. Once I twist it in the back, I'm going to trim off any excess. I don't want there to be any excess at all. Okay. We're going to set this on top of what we just made. Woo, the glitter. Okay. What did I do with that other one? Oh, it's right here. Okay, so 28-inch. We did 28, 26, 24, so now we need to do 22. There we go. This will be our last one. I think this one looks great because it kind of encompasses all of them together. So 28, and then 20-inch will be our last one. Okay. Oh goodness. All right. So let's do this one. There's our 28-inch piece. This is our loop part. So see, I'm just pinching it on one end so I can see where it goes. Then I just overlap it about an inch. Overlap again. Then I pinch it right in the middle. You can kind of pull these up to make sure they're the same. Where I pinched it here, I pinch that together. We grab our pipe cleaner, tie it on, trim it off. There we go. All right, here's our last one. So we just need to get the middle. That's our tail right there. This piece right there. Okay, then we're gonna go overlap, overlap, pinch in the middle, in the middle, and we take our pipe cleaner one last time, tie it around, trim it off. Now, I'm going to take and kind of make those at an angle. I'm going to take a little piece of this. I'm going to cut a little piece off. All right. Now, I'll take a zip tie out. Let's get out a pipe cleaner. And this is how we assemble this. All right. We're just going to layer each one on. So this is our zip tie we have laying down here. We put this one on. It wants to keep flipping. All right, and then we put this one on, and I'm laying the pipe cleaners right on top of each other. So then I know exactly where I need to tie it. Okay, then we layer this one on. You see how we progressively get smaller. This one. and then this one. Now, we just take our zip tie. Get it started. I can see where my pipe cleaners are. See that? And I can use those to line up where the center is. So you can see on both sides. Now the reason we cut this piece is because we're going to hide that. So I'm going to run this around the back. Let's get our pipe cleaner in before it gets too hard. Okay, pull it really tight, tight as I can get it. Then I'm going to take this piece, fold it in half, go around the whole back. See, now that's going to hide where our little pipe cleaners were. Okay. Tie that down. See, I'm just tying it off in the back. And that's just going to hide our little mechanics. You don't need to try to cut those off. There's nothing you need to do. Now the fluffing is pretty easy. Just pull your ribbons out. Like this. So I have gold, so I'm going to do the red, kind of the opposites. This just helps make your bow look larger when you do this. Look at that. How pretty is that? We didn't use a bow maker. We didn't use anything. We used a little bit of pipe cleaners, a zip tie, and that was it. How pretty is that? Isn't that pretty?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome!
You know, I think everyone should start without a bow.
Yeah. So see, it's super simple. You don't always have to have the bow maker. It is okay if you don't. So, don't stress if you don't. There's other ways to make them. Alright. So I'm going to go home for dinner, and then we'll be back tonight. Oh, here. Let me hold you up. I'm just talking away. So look how pretty that is. See, now you can see it in the light. Oh, that's so pretty. So y'all, this is the time of year when these sell like hotcakes. Okay, so bows. Bows are so easy and really pretty inexpensive to make. And they're easy to sell. All right, so I'm gonna go to dinner, and then I'll come back at 8 o'clock tomorrow. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what tomorrow's schedule is. Okay, so tonight we're doing like 8 to 9:30, and then tomorrow 11 to 12:30, 2 to 4, and 7 to 9. We're gonna do so many bows. Y'all are gonna get like sick of bows. But I have it all planned out, see? So I know exactly what we're gonna make for each time. And then I might throw in, so if we get things done faster, then I'll just throw in a bow. So you're gonna have a lot of bows that you can learn and play around with. All right, y'all, I will see you guys in just a couple hours. All right. And tomorrow at the end of the 2 to 4, we're going to have a question and answer session. And at the end of the day, at the 7 to 9, we're going to have another Q&A. And then Sunday, I'm going to get the complete calculator done, and I'm going to come live probably around sometime in the afternoon, and I'm going to walk y'all through how to use the calculator. Okay? So we'll be updating the calculator because I may be throwing bows in as we go. So, did I unplug that? Yes, I did. All right, I'll see you guys in like 2 hours, okay?